So I just saw a girl and she had a great throw. I think she's over in the other ballpark, and it was kind of interesting because she really did. But the more interesting thing is that she had to throw underhand, and I could tell like her body was being limited on the release because there isn't really a great follow through when you're throwing underhand. You're building up a lot of power if you're a pitcher because you're concentrated in getting it in. But if you're a girl, you have to throw underhand. Your body seizes up right when the ball is at like your lower leg and is following upwards. You need to follow up. If your body pointing to the sky, like shining your clavicle, this is my clavicle, and if you shine it, then it's going upwards. And that's harder to do because with guys, their follow through, they throw and then they roll their shoulder down, and you can even like step forward, and that allows for the propulsion rate to be accentuated, making the ball go a lot better, allowing your body to throw more pitches. Whereas if she kept throwing that same pitch, her body would have like gotten more tension in the areas that couldn't follow through better. And that's how you rip a tendon. Ever wondered what an irritant the cause of it is? The unknowing, but when it becomes permanent, then it's impossible not to know. This is a sweet spot for things to go undeterred. More grassroots in order to see if the new bells and whistles are better than the bee's knees. Even though the bells and whistles, if they're upgraded, can be really like cool, it's not any ways to know that the original is lackluster. Just because something seems new doesn't mean it's the right answer. I have to call this different number because we don't know what you're talking about. They go and play like a whole hanky-panky and put one foot in, you put your left foot out, put your right foot in, and shake it all about. That's what it's all about. And at the end of the song, they realize that the joke's on them because they can't even use their money to fly in a plane because they're a Southwest member. Here we go. Here's the access where they're a Southwest member and they can only fly in Southwest because they only have enough money to fly because they became a member of them, that they'll only fly through them. There's no oil for some airplanes right now because there was a pipeline that was canceled from Canada to Texas, and so it wasn't able to get refined and sent out throughout the East. And this is what Joe Biden did on his first day in order to cancel $46 billion of free flow money through the economy, which now is canceling tickets of consumers to flying Southwest Airlines because they can't, because there isn't any oil for the plane. It wasn't refined because they became a member of them, that they'll only fly through them. And now that they can't, they are stuck thinking that the joke's on them for becoming a member of Southwest Airlines. And accessing leverage, when you're behind a closed door and you can see through it, and that gives you an advantage to look at your opposition. If you're in above ground and you're looking down, like what monkeys like to do in trees or birds, notice that like if a bird is squawking at you, you get close to it, it'll fly up into a tree and start wagging its tail and looking down at you. These are advances that they like doing. So look at my coat, how it is kind of like colorful, and then look at the following windmill and notice that the windmill it has its color on the inside of its shells, but if it was popping out and it had the colors popping outward, it would still be the same thing. And then if it's spinning quickly, I would be an extension of it because I would look very much like the colors do, but I'm mobile. And it wasn't spinning, but if it were, it would look, the difference between that and me would be almost unmistakable. But I'll have you note that the shells of it being enveloped or extruding inward or outward would make zero difference. That zero difference is what access is gained through cyber attacks to physical infrastructure. As long as there's a little slack, use it as a safeguard, and you're able to like cancel flights. And so you get the cyber attacks on infrastructure, and so the people doing the cyber attacks have all the access keys of the encryption algorithm, what have you, and so you're going from a digital to a material, and you're able to get little blurps of slack that before the person, like a consumer, even gets a straight answer, it's already too late, and they back render whatever thing that you spent with your time and energy to allow makeup on the other end to be extra credit for what they have received. So you shut down things that are real and have the offshoot be things that are AI driven through apps and customer services that are offshore who don't really care and send you back into doing things that don't solve any problems, except maybe, if you're lucky, relieve a safeguard that was put up to deny you access in the first place. Off of this, you will see that supply chains are breaking and the just-on-time delivery system is interfered with across the nation, with all the consumers. Just a little blurb giving slack allows for a giant access of things to be sent overseas into China. Supply chain, things like this occur in customer service, just sending you back and forth and saying, you can talk to the supervisor, you can talk to technical support, and they'll send you to an automated message where you have to repeat and then wait until there's a different person to talk to. Okay, so I was on the bike trail walking, and then I looked behind me and there's 2 squad cars following me. And then I walked to the side and they asked me, are you okay? What's going on? I said, I'm walking on the bike trail. I don't know why you're following me. Do you know why that happened? During the winter, last winter. Yeah, okay. So you've never driven on the bike trail with the squad car?
I have for certain calls.
What would be the reason why you were doing that?
One I can think of the top of my head is we were looking for somebody who was missing.
Okay. I was not missing, but I was
Okay. I'm sorry I can't give you more
baffled to this day.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
I ended up just talking. Yeah, I just was shooting the stuff with them, and I started talking about Vikings and everything, and then ended with me saying, "Okay, I got to go get some coffee," and then they left, and that was what? Cedarburg Bike Trail. So
I don't know why Cedarburg.
I can't ever forget it, and always be looking behind me whenever I'm on the bike trail to see if they come back.
Sorry about that, man.
And that guy was cool, but the reason I did that is because I'm kind of cold and I need to warm up, and in order to get my blood flowing, I always get anxious if I'm talking to the cops and they're doing the questioning. I don't know if they're going to have me get down on the ground and put my hands behind my back, and I've seen moments where people have lost their life from that. So I don't know, when I'm talking to a cop, if they're doing the questioning and I don't have the right answers because I have to flip through my phone and find some insurance paperwork for a vehicle, I'll start shaking because I can't find the email as they're questioning me, and then they'll ask me why am I shaking, or just in general. So that's what happens, and then it is to my benefit that now I'm a bit warmer. And that guy, he was grabbing his chest. You might have saw it earlier, but he's grabbing his bulletproof vest because he doesn't know if what I'm about or what I'm doing as I'm approaching his car.